If you've ever tried writing a story, you're likely managing multiple story elements: characters, timelines, plot threads, world building, and chapters. AYCM Manuscript exists to bring these pieces together into one coherent system. AYCM connects all your story elements so everything works as a unified whole. Each choice affects the rest of the story. Character decisions influence plot. Timeline details shape motivation. World-building rules constrain possibilities. AYCM serves as your central hub where these pieces link and interact, not just a drafting tool. Many writers struggle with keeping everything consistent. You might forget a character detail, notice a timeline error, lose a plot thread, change a world rule without updating related scenes, or write a chapter without the right context. AYCM helps by keeping everything connected and giving you the context you need when you need it. Everything you create links together. Characters connect to events and chapters. Timelines link to events, showing chronological flow. Plot threads tie to events and chapters, making their progression visible. Locations connect to events and chapters. Chapters tie everything together. When you write, you see the relevant characters, locations, events, and plot points, and you know where the chapter sits in the timeline and which threads are active. AYCM supports both detailed planning and discovery writing. If you prefer planning, you can build your world, outline timelines, develop characters, map plot threads, and review the structure before drafting. If you prefer discovery writing, you can start drafting and add elements as you go. The system captures connections as you create them, helping you see implications and maintain consistency. Most writing tools separate planning from drafting, or they're rigid and hard to adapt. AYCM combines planning, world building, and drafting in one place. Whether you need structure or flexibility, it keeps your story consistent and manageable.
When you open the app, you'll be greeted with the dashboard, your center console. It can look overwhelming at first. Here's a quick overview of what's there and how to get started. At the top are 3 tabs: Activities, Tasks, and Habits. These are your main project management tools, and they work together to keep you organized. The Activities tab shows your recent work in a timeline. It tracks when you create or edit chapters, events, characters, and other elements. Think of it as a simple audit trail of what you've done. If you jump between plot threads, characters, or timelines, this helps you remember where you left off. When you return, you can tap an entry to open that item and continue. It's designed to help you maintain momentum. In the Task tab, you can create tasks throughout the app. Starting a character but not finishing? Create a task in the character editor. Same for chapters, events, and other elements. All of these tasks also appear in the Tasks tab. The Tasks tab brings everything together so you can see what needs attention across your project. It helps you organize work and track what's done versus what's still pending. The Habits tab is optional. It's a way to build consistent writing habits. Track daily goals, writing streaks, or personal milestones if it helps. It's not required, but it's there if you want to use it. The Writer's Lounge card links to a separate social section for writers: community, sharing work, feedback, and connecting with others. It's separate from your project workspace. We'll cover this in more detail later. Your project statistics card shows your overall project progress. It's useful for seeing how things are progressing and where you might want to focus. It tracks progress across 6 areas: word count, chapter progress, character development, plot advancement, character arc completion, and event completion. These are combined into an overall progress percentage. Word count tracks how much you've written. Chapter progress tracks completion and status. Character development tracks how fully you've developed characters. Plot advancement tracks progress on plot threads. Character arcs tracks arc completion. Event progress tracks completion of story events. The card uses color coding. Green means completed, blue means in progress, and gray means not started. A visual chart shows how each area is doing. Tap the info icon for details on how progress is calculated, what each status means, and how the areas contribute. This helps you see what might need attention. The card also shows your author name and any co-author, so you can see who's working on the project. The Note to Self card is a simple spot to capture quick thoughts. You might get interrupted, or ideas can arrive at inconvenient times. This card lets you jot down a reminder. It shows one note at a time, the most recent version you've saved. Tap the edit icon to add or update it. When you return, you'll see it right away. This isn't for detailed notes. The app has sections for that. Use it for quick reminders, plot ideas, character thoughts, or anything you want to remember later. It's meant to help you maintain your train of thought when life interrupts. You can edit it anytime. It updates automatically and stays visible on your dashboard. These dashboard pieces work together. The Activities tab helps you remember where you were, tasks keep you organized, and the Project Statistics card shows the big picture. Note to Self captures quick thoughts, and Habits supports consistency when you want it.
Where should you start? Let's figure that out together. Where you start depends on how you write. Some jump into drafting, others like to plan. AYCM supports both. Here's a practical way to get you going. If you want to write right now, go to your dashboard and tap the green Create New Chapter button at the top. The full screen editor opens so you can start typing. The editor is set up to keep you focused. There's a floating button in the bottom right, looks like a sidebar icon, that opens a side panel with chapter details and connections without leaving the editor. The side panel has 5 tabs: General, Title, Number, Word Count; Attributes, POV, Involved Characters, Location; Plot, Category, Position, Dialogues; Events, Scenes in the chapter; and Management, Status, Tasks. You can manage everything from here while you write. You don't need to fill everything in immediately. Start writing and add details as you go. We'll cover the chapter editor in detail in another video, but this gets you started. If you like to plan first, start with the outline view in your sidebar. Building a traditional outline is a solid first step. Traditional outlines let you structure your story hierarchically. You can nest sections deeply, add notes, and link nodes to chapters, characters, and events. Start with big picture beats, break them down, and refine as you go. As your story develops, link outline nodes to chapters, characters, and events to see how everything connects. If you're not sure how to start your outline, it's best to use one of the templates. You can choose the 3-act structure, the hero's journey, or the Save the Cat template. We'll cover how to use traditional and simple outlines in detail in another video. Once you have an outline, start adding characters or creating events. Characters give you the people in your story. Events give you the scenes that drive it forward. Events are your scenes at a granular level. They're the moments where things happen, characters interact, conflicts unfold, and the plot moves. Think of events as puzzle pieces. You don't have to create them in order. If you have a scene idea but aren't sure where it fits yet, create it anyway. You can organize and connect it later. When you're ready, add an event to a chapter, connect characters and locations, and link it to plot points. Events have their own attributes you can set, similar to chapters. We'll cover events in detail in another video, but they're flexible tools to capture what happens in your story. My advice? Just start. There's a lot in AYCM Manuscript, and the best way to learn is to use it. Whether you start with a chapter, an outline, characters, or events, the app connects everything as you go. You'll see how pieces link. A character appears in the chapter where an event happens. A timeline date shows relevant events and chapters. A plot thread connects to the events and chapters that advance it. Don't worry about doing everything perfectly from day one. The app is built to grow with you. Start where it feels right, and you'll discover features that fit your workflow. We'll cover each feature in depth in later videos. For now, pick a starting point and begin. Create a chapter and write, or build an outline and plan. The connections will make sense as you use the app. Happy writing!